Alright guys, welcome to today's episode. We're doing a flow class with a very special focus on bulletproofing the knees. In bulletproofing the knees, we're creating athleticism, durability, but also we're going to get rock solid quads and really build a strong base, which is super important because a lot of people are very head heavy with their energy, so they're always at risk of just not being in that grounded, strong, powerful state. So we're going to train a lot today. I've been boxing and surfing for a whole month, so I've neglected the legs. I'm dying for today's session. Can't wait to get into it myself and just re-lubricate those knees, get them strong, mobile, nimble, all the above. We're going to start with a very simple breath today. Just in through the left, out through the right, 5 and 5. We put the 2 fingers in the middle of the forehead, close one nostril, and we'll go together for the first minute, and then you can go on your own accord. So get nice and relaxed, 2 fingers in the middle, cover the right nostril. We're going in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the left, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up the right, no pause at the top or bottom. 3, 2, 1, and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on your own count. Clear out both nostrils, balance both sides of the brain. It's a very balancing circular breath. Even though it looks like a triangle, it is a circular breath. Full belly in, full belly empty. Contract that core. Full breath in, full breath out. Full exhale. Now we've opened up both airways, you're just going to do double nostril in and out, 5 in, 5 out. Circular Buddha breathing. That consistent count, 5 and 5. Nice and slow, don't count too quick. Alright, today, even though it's knee focused, we're going to spend a lot of time opening and activating the glutes, the ankles, so it's not just the knee, it's the whole lower half today, really. And we're going to start with a nice quad stretch, glute stretch. So leaving that left knee where it is, we're going to stack the right knee over the top, lean into it, and just open up those tight outer upper glutes. Collapsing into it, you can crawl forward if you gain comfort. Quite common, a lot of you guys, especially knee will be stuck up here. I want to use my hands, work it down, and ease into it. Deep breaths. Keep that same breath. Let go of the exhale. Soothing breath. And we'll float over to the other side. Cross the legs again to start. Right knee stays still. Left knee comes on top. You'll notice any imbalance. My left side's a lot tighter. I might even spend a little longer on here. might just wait 2 breaths and then readjust a little more as I loosen. And really press it down like that. I'm quite firm with it. Just come off a 30-hour flight as well, so very tight, especially around the crease. Release, bring the feet together. We'll just do some butterfly flickers, loosen up the groin region. You can go low, full, a bit of everything. Lean into it for a stretch. No real rules. And relax. Kneeling forward onto our knees here. Just going to stretch out our feet. Leaning forward, coming all the way up. Open up the ankles on top of the feet, really. Ankle as such. Coming up. Couple more. And we'll float that back. Wide knees, come all the way to a deep child pose. Wiggle that bum down. Get loose, get windy, open up the groin. And we'll scoop it up, coming forward and gliding back. Walking out our down dog, twisting at the hips, ankles. We'll walk it further back and work the calves. We'll work it in, open up the hamstrings, twisting, turning, no real rules. Nice and long. Excellent. From here we're going to float that left foot up to the sky and glide that left knee in and forward. Drop the right knee, sink into a nice hip flexor stretch, and then we float up to a high lunge. Sink back down, drive the hips forward, lean back, open up the hip flexor, and floating back. All the way, hip flexor, activate knee over toe. Open up and float up. Just starting to activate here, nice and easy, easing our way into a high lunge warrior. Float up, little hover, float down. Beautiful. Switching sides. Hip flexor, so nice and deep. Knee over toe, drive the hips forward, stretch the hip flexor out, float into our high lunge. Float back down, sink the knee forward, hips forward, open up the hip flexors, float back up. Nice and easy, just warming up. Relax the breath. One more, sink into it, float up. You'll notice if you've got any ankle or knee instabilities, and work that shake. Floating back down, we'll just do a little cat cow, loosen up the lower back. Breathe out. Press away. And just shake that out. Alright, we're going to work some real stabilization to ankles, knees, core here. Back glide into down dog or straight into three-legged dog. Float it up high, float it forward. We sit just high at the moment for our high lunge warrior and just see where our ankle and knees are unstable. We start with the foot, glue it down, make sure the ankle's not rolling in. Knee over toe, quad active, hamstring active. It's a strong position. I can twist, turn. See, this doesn't move. I can almost go warrior 2, high lunge. Warrior 2, twist, so hips forward, straight line. Hips forward, and see my knee and ankle are locked. They do not move. We're just going to get that prep work, get grounded, your feet should be strong, almost gripping the mat. And we're going to come into our high lunge warrior now. So step that back a little bit. I'm almost at 90 now, so it's a real strengthening component. And you need to make sure that knee is over the middle toe. Even just in line with the ankle. I want you to get used to this position. Stable. Now we can raise the hands up, open up, sink into those hips a little, stretch out the hip flexors, and see how active my quad is there. And relax. From here, we're going to do 10 pulses of the ankles. You might even have to come up a little bit. 1, And we're trying to avoid the shakes. So just straight up, straight down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to wide now, and we're gonna go really wide and deep. Close to 90, get that strengthening component from our Warrior 2. Often you'll find Warrior 2, people up here very loose and relaxed. We're going the opposite. We're going deep, strong, open. Strong core, strong shoulders, feet planted. I'm rock solid. I could almost punch from here. That's what we want to be, nice and low. And active, a little longer. And we're floating back down, gliding back other side. Right leg glides up as high as we can. It floats through center. And we pop up. Knee towards the ankle. Get stable, spread those toes. Find your position of strength and power. And we go wide, forward. Wide, forward. That knee does not move. You could put a bolt through that knee to ankle. Forward hips, wide. Forward hips. And just that extra movement is going to train rock solid knees. Going to really work that knee stabilization. There we go. Now we can face forward. We go a little deeper. We float up nice and high. Sink into the hips, looking up. Deep breaths. Strong quad. Hamstring on. Feet active. No collapsing in the feet or knee. Knee is in line with the toe. We want to train. This is how we run. This is how we walk. Straight lines. And then we're going to come up a little higher and do our 10 ankle lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just strengthen your ankles and knees. 9, 10. Open up, and we sink wide and deep in that Warrior 2. Strong, rock solid, 90 degree, knee over toe. It's a strengthening component here. I'm on fire here on that inner quad as well, that inner thigh. Deep breath, relax. Strong through the legs, relaxing the breath. And floating back forward, we glide back to down dog. Left leg glides up this time for a little look. It floats forward. We come up to high lunge warrior. This time, we're gonna float into our Warrior 3. You can go hands here, just to get used to it. You can have a slight bend in the knee to find your balance. You can go arms wide, straight. I'm quite uneven on this grass and mat surface. It's really difficult, so I like it. And then what we're gonna do is hover and do a mini squat. So if you're beginner level, you can even bend the back leg to start and just do single leg squats for 10. But ideally, straight back leg, and we go for 10. This is gonna really build strength and stabilization around your major joints. Hard to keep straight. I'm without a mirror, very difficult. And float back up to high lunge warrior. Float back down, other side. Right leg glides up, floats forward. Stabilize, high lunge warrior. Float to Warrior 3. And we're gonna go for our 10 pulses. You can go hands in prayer. Try and activate that back glute, nice and straight leg. Go long as you can. And floating back, high lunge warrior, hands down, child pose, little recovery. So that little yoga flow is designed to train you for running, sprinting, walking, straightening up the knees, stabilizing the feet, rock solid quads that keep those knees stable. That's what we're training. You'll never not do this warm-up sequence. Whatever you do, it's generally my warm-up sequence for everything. And that single leg hover over that little pulse, very, very difficult to do on one leg. It's gonna build that rock solid, bulletproof knees. All right, we're gonna go into our mobility section here now, and we're gonna work a lot of knee over toe. So we're gonna start with the traditional knee over toe lunge. So a lot of lunging today, because we're a single leg animal. We walk in a lunging fashion, not a squat. We're not gonna do a heap of squats today. So from here, we're gonna do a couple of variations. You can go foot flat, and just get that knee over toe to warm up for 5, deep as you can. Far as that knee can go over the toe, keeping the foot flat for now. 4, up to straight, and 5. Now we're going to lean forward even more, and the heel is going to come off. See? It's a lot deeper. Same move, a lot more depth. Traditional, or more traditional knee over toe lunging. 4, and hold on the last one at 5. Just get that knee used to being over toe. Use your hands if you need to. Just get used to that movement. And floating back up, switching sides. Flat foot for this first one, knee over toe. Find your balance first, train line, train tracks, hips, knees, feet, shoulders. Knee over toe, slow, will actually be stronger. 3, 4, 5. Now we come off the heel, get a lot deeper. 1. Feel it in that quad. You're probably getting a lot higher on the quad than you used to. 3, 4, and 5. Shake it out, loosen up, relax. All right, we're going to come into a squat to knee over toe tap as well. So we start nice and easy, bum on heels. We float, try and give it just a tap like that. Back to a squat. If you have to drop, you have to drop. We're going to go for a full minute here. Leaning back now on the matrix, use that hand if you need to. Float back to squat. Hover. The more control, the more you can float. Oh, like that. Oh, quads on fire. Give you those super durable knees. You can't get any further range of motion than that unless you're on a small elevated. Control, back, quad strong, foot strong. 20 to go. Rest if you need. A lot of quads today. That's what's going to give you a lot of that stabilization. We're going to work some glutes as well, which is the reason we'll talk about. Last 10. 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop. We're going to do a little bit of relaxation here. Hip internal, external rotation. We want to make sure they're mobile, because we'll put a lot of tight pressure on the knees if not. Ankles just outside shoulders. Tap the ankle. And I'm going to go flat with both knees. Really open up. Up taller, a little bit harder. See as I lean forward? So I can lean forward almost into it. I'm very tight on this left side. Or I can lean back a lot easier. Keep just playing with this. Lean your body weight forward. Play with the different angles. If you want to get super advanced, you do a little foot raise. Little outer glute activation. You can even do a double pulse. And you really turn on those outer glutes. And those outer glutes firing is what's going to stop the knees bowing in. When they're strong, they open up and straighten the knees. So we want to get really strong through the hip region, outer glutes. 1, 2, 3. I'm a bit tight, as I said. Month off legs, doing a training camp and a 30-hour flight. And just shake it out a little. We'll do a couple more recovery exercises. So I do want to do a little bit more strengthening work with you guys. Deep breath in and out. Loading back up. Some basic stuff we want to do with the knees. Just some nice knee circles. You can use your hands, 5 one way, 5 the other. The wider you get, the better. You can go more upright. You can come down. And you want to get those knees durable, all angles. And then we can also go side to side. And obviously the lower you get, the lower that medial ligament can handle. And just get a bit of pressure on them, not too much, just to get the tendon strong and float around. A few circles of the knee. We want that knee joint being able to work. Internal, external, circular. So do a few of those each side. Circle one way, circle the other. Internal, external, and obviously it flexes and extends. Shake it out. And from here, I just want you to get wide boxes warm up like this. This keeps their knees safe. We're in a very strong, bouncy position. And this is the position you always want to find. Forward, forward, back, forward, back. So on my mat, on, off, on, off, off, on, off, on, off. And this will just get you nice and light on your ankles and knees. And we want to get that bouncy feel. Do a lot of this, even around the house in the morning. It's going to get you that feeling of being light versus heavy in everything you do. Little longer. And go other direction, southpaw. And you can pick up a bit of speed. Slow, longer, and back and forth. Really good for the knees. You can change angle a little here. Boxers do this every day. Some of the most mobile athletes in the world. I recommend you do also. We're going to kind of blend the Pilates here with some animal flow because I want to do high rest periods today. Continuation of the lunge. We're going to do a more Pilates inspired lunge. So what we're going to do on the left foot, large step back, we go for 10 pulses, we come in a foot, 10 pulses, in a foot, 10 pulses, and if you can get foot to heel, really tough, and I would do a little longer than a pulse. So quite a tough set. Let's see how close we can get and how deep we can get. You'll know yourself and I'll talk you through it. Remember, knee over toe, long and strong, Pilates exercise. Let's go. 1, 2, deep as you can. 3, 4, work that range of motion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, in a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this will start to hurt. 6, 7, both quads active. 8, the whole core is active. I'm going down evenly, in closer. Look how close my knee is to the toe now. Really difficult exercise. Especially if you get deep like there, look, I took a seat there. This will get you deep range of motion strength. 6, or you can pulse. Combination of both. And let's see if you can get foot to heel, really tough. We'll go 5 pulses high, condition up high, and 5 low if you can, condition low. 2, really tough. Highly athletic, advanced athletic movement here. Watch your knees, use your hand if you need to. And relax. Same again, other side. Get stable, get strong. Train tracks level, grounded. Let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Strongest core. 10. In a little. Just small mid-sized pulse here. We're going to save ourselves. Both-legged exercise, so it's going to get tough. 1 in close, not 2 to go. And we'll get quite deep for half, or shallow for half, or 5, deep for half. 2, 3, 4, 5. Toe to heel, high up the top for 5, 4, top half, 3, 2, 1, bottom half, really tough. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Shake that out. We're gonna go back to yoga for this stretch. Hero pose, double leg if you can. Stretch out the quads, leaning all the way back. You can go hands back, elbows or forearms, or go flat. Have a play with it. Feel the quads stretch out now, lower back a little. Recovery here. Loading that back up. We're going to do a couple of quad fallbacks. Really difficult to do. Advanced exercise. If you're new to it, just drop your bump whenever you feel too much pain. More advanced. Squeeze, floats all the way back. Oh, I'm under fatigue. Floating up. Just do 10 wherever you're at. Have a play with it. If you get stuck, try and float back up. You'll get it around the quads. Watch the ankles as well. Tight. Roll, and you can just drop like that if you need to. Glutes strong as well. A lot harder to do fatigued mid to 3/4 workout. And have a little breather. And coming back up. Coming into an ape squat here. Open up this whole region, floating around. And then from here, what we're gonna do is work those hips like we did before with internal, external rotation. So internal rotation, internal rotation. Get strong around here to build nice straight legs when we run. Protect, need strong everywhere. Internal, 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 external, 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 and then we're gonna do both, in and out. One, in and out. See, very tricky. I'm very, very tight compared to usual. Still working my balance if I can. Go for another 10. Control. Use your hands if you need to, if you're super sore. And relax. I'm gonna jump to the Pilates section. I'm gonna come back with some animal flow. Rings and bang. We've been very quad heavy. I just want to fire up the posterior a little bit. So we're going to do a glute bridge with this. If you've got booty bands, you can put them on as resistance. It's a great resistance. And if you've got a ball or anything, you can actually kind of squeeze it together and pull it out like that. So all we're doing up here, high glute bridge, external, internal, press them together. Wide as we can, press the knees together. You can use props. See, I keep my hips up the whole time. 20 total, get 15 more. Squeeze together, control on the out. Working the internal and external. Really get those glutes firing and mobile. Why are we doing Pilates? To protect the knees. Strong glutes, as I said. Super strong, loose glutes, loose hips. I've lost my count. I'm here for 5 more. High hips the whole way. And a couple of back rolls. Rolling up. Feet together, a feet or two from the grind. And sinking into it. Beautiful. Just shake that out again. You can do a couple more internal, external. Excellent. From here, we're going to go back to animal flow here. And you've probably done this one with me before. We're going to duck walk with the hips low, dragging the feet around the mat, couple each direction. We're going to go for a full minute. Watching me if you need to. Let's go. Used to the twist and the turn. Glide though, take the body weight out, flow through. A little bit off balance there. 5 more this side, then we're going to change directions. Let's change now. Get good down low. So your knees, used to this compressed, feeling down low, nimble. Another 15. Feet strong and loose. Some people's toes kind of hurt here a little. Quite normal. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Shake that out. You can feel quite uncomfortable. Bump kicks. Walking around the mat. And loosening out. We're going to do the same thing, except we're going to go from hover. So we go up, down. So we stay in that hover most of the way around, and we just go for a little knee tap. We're going to go for just 45 because this is brutal. So I hover at 90 degrees, tap. So pretty much it's a hover with a knee tap. With that twisting and turning. Really tough. This will build rock solid knees. Quite advanced. Part of my advanced athlete protocol. Switching sides. Harder to twist. Harder to hover. This is going to build that rock solid 90 degree there is where we build the bulletproof knees. Last 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into tabletop here, Pilates. We're kind of slipping between Pilates, Flowbility, animal flow. So I just want that rest, yang yin, yang yin. So we can just feel recharged, get that feeling of being strong through the knees. We don't want to feel weak for the whole 20 minutes and shaky. Kind of defeats the purpose of what we want to feel when we're on the track. So This one's nice and easy to start, all the way up to 90 degrees, slow-mo, left to right. And what are we doing here? I'm activating these outer glutes, which is gonna straighten out my knees. 99% of people's knees bow in, so I've always got medial ligament pain. Let's go, 45 seconds more. If this is too easy, we hover. Same thing, slow motion. Hips don't move, the stable hip does not move. Slower you go, little pause at 90 degree without twisting the body is the key. Little pause there. Activate and open up those hips. Help the way we take the pressure off our knees. Good. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Child pose. A couple of recovery breaths. Relax. Alright, we're going to do half of a flow burpee. Why? Because I want you to get used to the bouncy knees, taking the impact off the knees when we land. So, all we're doing here is we start almost in a hovering beast, we load the beast, float up, bounce, up, bounce, up. So just loaded beast back and forth, but you see now, bouncing, 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 so I reserve a lot more energy. We don't want to do 2 or 3 movements and push off from no momentum. We want to use momentum, get yourself used to springy steps. Let's go for 30 only. Let's go, 30 seconds that is. Bounce forward, bounce back, bounce, bouncy. Nice. Halfway, bounce. We'll start to fatigue a lot here. Keep that bounce, keep that swing. Last 8. 2, and relax. It's a tough exercise. Quads should be on fire around the knees. Great, we're activating this whole region, getting springy, explosive in the isometric contractions, little holds. We're good at all speeds. That's what we're really working on today. Have a good recovery. Loosen up the neck. Next Pilates exercise, again, we're all about opening. Get those knees that are internally rotated. We sit with no contraction, so we want to start strengthening, getting those hips wide. So, nice and easy, 1 foot wide at 90, or however you want to say it, in a straight line, and we just go up to 90, tap, 90, tap, 10, 10, 10, 10, slower, higher, pause at the top. We're going to get the most out of it, and we get really strong through here to take the pressure off there. Let's go. 1. Smooth and controlled. If you just drop, you're not getting much out of the exercise. You're going to lower it down. Other side, if you're at the 10. Whoever comes last wins. Lower it down. You're working the eccentric. It's going to give you the strength and mobility out wide. If I get a cramp, give a little punch. As I said, just coming off that flight, my body not liking this. Release, have a little shake. Roll onto your back. You know, a little bit more glute stretching. You want to keep loosening them up. Right ankle on the left knee, bring it in. Deep stretch, let go. And other leg. One of the other keys we've talked about a little bit today is being strong on the ankles. Strong around the ankles and knees, we are no to low impact. Last Pilates exercise, just a nice reverse lunge up onto the toes. See I'm wobbly there? Got to focus. So 10 each side, deep reverse lunge. If you can, up to a little jump. Doesn't have to be high. If not, just onto the toes there and build that strength. This is a dancer feet. Dancer feet are strong feet. They land the best. They get thrown in the air and they land nicely. If we can build those dancer feet, we can run more nicely, jump, be injury free. 10 each side. Let's go. Watch the bounce. I'm pretty shaky. Under fatigue. So if you need to, just do that. But you've got to come onto those tiptoes, bind the balance under fatigue and explosiveness. And I think that's 10 for me. Other side. Nice straight lines. Knees stay straight. Stabilize that knee. And 10. From here, we're going into a hover squat with some tiptoes. Squat, hover, tiptoe. Let's go for 10. 10. Horse stance. Feet angled out wide. Sink the hips to 90. Left to right for 1, 2, 3. Just for 10. And then we're going to go to some Cossacks left to right for 10. Not too deep, control. Not ass to grass today. Working all planes of movement. 9, 10, and forward fold. Cross the arms if you need to. Let loose. Stretch that out. And floating back down. We have some more glute bridges, same again for 20. Hips high, tiptoes high. Let's go. 1. Squeeze something together if you like. Can wear booty bands for that extra eccentric move. Keep the hips high. Squeeze the knees together as a must. We need that for the activation of those inner thighs. And relax. Reach out nice and long, stretch out the body, point the toes. And we're going to finish with quite a difficult low boat. Feet up, hands back for just 30. Relax, roll back, glute to the floor. Put the hands behind the head if you like. Relax, a little stronger. Strong abs, lower back, glute to the floor. And release. Feet together, knees wide, open the hips. We're coming into meditation. Deep breath in, long exhales. Try and build your exhale to double the inhale. Take a bit to get the heart rate down. Go. Let stress in the body go, the mind, the nervous system, release it with the exhale. Oh, let it all flow out of you. Today's meditation, I want you to be aware of your language patterns. I'm currently doing a piece on mental toughness. And we're trying to make aware of the times we say, oh, that always happens to me, or that won't work, or I'll try, or I have to. We want to start to eliminate that terminology and use words like I get to, I will, I'll do my best, I'll execute flawlessly. Of course I will, I can, I get to. Positive terminology. So I want you to try and catch yourself today, or even just reflect right now. What are the 2 to 3 main negative language patterns that slip into your life?
this won't work, this probably won't work, nothing good happens to me. Any of those type of language patterns I want you to think about, and I want you to reverse them and repeat them 5 times. Good things happen to me. Good things happen to me. Universe is working for me. Universe is working for me. Universe is always working for me. Everything's unfolding as it's meant to. Everything's unfolding as it's meant to. I grow from all challenges and failures. I'm growing from all challenges and failures. Even better things are on the horizon. Better things are on the horizon. We can just start to transform and change our language pattern, change our actions, change our vibration, and of course this will change our lives. Oh, just another minute. That's all we wrote for today, all she wrote for today. I would try and do that workout at least once a month. Just condition the knees, get super powerful. Or I mean, if you're just training power hour flow with us regularly, you'll get those in our programming anyway. But really great session to just get those knees extra durable, extra pliable. We'll see you in the next session.